The activity, I think you have two groups of people. Whether I would classify it at this point as true gang activity, I think we need to investigate it a little bit deeper. And as we find out those facts, I can assure you that we will relay that to you. We believe in calling it like it is, but we want to dig a little bit deeper before we go down that road. The victim in this case was a student in this school district, the decedent. The things on social media is what has really given alarm to parents. Parents, you know, now tend to be very tuned into social media, young people, and that can be a benefit a lot of times when you're trying to get information out. But it only takes a little bit of misinformation to go a long way in social media. And I think there has been a great deal of misinformation. And that's the reason we stress the importance of listening to trusted news sources, because they're out here, they investigate it, they're professionals, and they're the ones that will give you the best information. Yeah, some of the threats that were coming up on social media, they were related to the incident, but I think the information as it was presented had a lot of misinformation in it. And like I said earlier, that little bit of truth, people will take it and ad-lib a little bit to it, put a little more information to it, and then the latter story is unrecognizable from the first story, and that thing just continues to snowball. Now, let me tell you this. I understand a parent's concern for their child, because as a parent, the safety of my children is paramount. But I can tell you as the director, and my staff will tell you, that our mission is to protect children, and we will do anything that we have to do to make sure that our kids are safe. Now, once they leave school and get out into the community, I have a harder time, and the staff has a harder time controlling the behavior of these young folks. But let me tell you this, as a parent, you need to know where your kids are. If you got a 17-year-old, you need to know where your 17-year-old's at. If you got a 16-year-old, you need to know where they're at. You know, 3 o'clock in the morning, and 16 years old, and you're out, I got a little problem with that. If you were my child, I'd know where you're at and what you're doing. So there's that responsibility factor that goes in there as well. We will have a heavy presence at all of the schools. We are coordinating with Orangeburg School District 5, and we will continue to coordinate with them. They're one of our very valued community partners. I'm not going to go into any details of operations, but rest assured, you may not see us, but we're there. When you're 17, I can remember, when I was 17, I felt like I was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. But I can assure you, you're not. I'm sitting here thinking, how many more times do I have to appear before the media, talk about a dead teenager that died a very violent and vile death? How many times do I have to do that? So if you're a teenager and you're right on the fringe, I would ask you to examine that. How do you want to live your life? Do you want to be a productive member of society? Do you want to get out here and live and love and enjoy the fruits of our liberty? Or do you want to go down that road where you got a gun stuck in your waistband? And that's a very iffy proposition, because in the long term, it's not going to be good.